Peter.
Michael, good afternoon now, Michael. Gotta warn you here quickly. I'm in the car. We're being filmed at the minute for a wee documentary thing. What's happening?
It's just a quick question.
Go for it. Go for it.
It was to do with, do you remember the student that contacted us the other day, and she has failed her test a couple of times? She's looking at a quick couple of lessons.
Yes, intensive course. Yes, semi-intensive. Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Yes, I've got her booked in. I'm just about to head here. My car's not available. She was looking to see if there was any other cars available. Well, I just tell her to get in contact with NI Drive.
Listen, I speak. Where's she based in Antrim? There is she? Right. Well, leave it with me. I'd speak to one of our other instructors and see if they can do the test. Text me the details of her time and date of the test, and I'll see if I can get somebody else to fit her in. So do the assessment lesson here today, Michael, with her, see what she's like and give us your feedback on it, and then I'll pass it on to one of the other instructors, okay?
100%.
Okay, right. Cheers, have a great day. Catch you there, Michael. Cheers, mate. Bye.
You too, cheers. Bye-bye.
Always driving forward.
So Pete has been it's been brilliant throughout the whole process, you know.
And had a wee think and a wee deliberation about it before I decided, yeah, let's do this. So I made the initial call, and I think it was a Friday night, and he phoned me back and we had a great conversation, and that was it. The rest is history, as they say. We just went on the journey and that was it. Have never looked back since. Absolutely love it.
I don't think I could have gone through the process without him, to be honest with you. I wouldn't have been able to do it on my own.
I knew there and then that, you know, this was definitely going to be the career for me. You know, there was a couple of things that we discussed on the phone, like, you know, being your own boss and, you know, working your own hours. And I was just like, this really suits my aspirations in life right now.
Yeah, in the last 4 years, the company has grown exponentially, and Pete's effort has grown exponentially as well. I'd have said he was hungry at the start. Now he's just constant.
For me, it was always about being the best that I could be. It was always about trying to develop and move forward and learn more. And really what I did was I went out and started to go to every training course I could go to. I started reading books. I started trying to be the best that I could be so I could deliver the best value for the people I was teaching at the time. And I ended up spending years researching, doing mentoring courses, doing training courses, trying to become the best instructor I could be.
If I start, just remind me.
Yeah, you have to work.
Hi, I'm Ange. I have been a driving instructor for just over 2 years with NI Driving School. I am married and I have 3 children. Before I was a driving instructor, I was an HR manager for a corporate business management company and have always been in travel and have done learning and development with HR right through the whole way. So it wasn't that I didn't love what I did, just a wee spark where I was out cycling one day and seeing the sign for NI Driving School and thought, oh, is this something that I can do? And that's what happened.
My name is Mark Satchfield and I have a wife and 2 children. One boy, 3.5, and a baby girl at 5 months old. So when I considered doing driving instructing, I was just starting to get a lot of back problems from the lorry driving. There's a lot of heavy lifting and putting heavy cages. Like, I've been driving all my life as a career, so I thought it'd be a good thing for me to maybe pass on that knowledge that I know about the roads and help other people get on the roads themselves. So I thought, and then I phoned Pete, had a good conversation with him, and he sort of taught me through the steps that we need to take, and I was very, friendly, very welcoming on the phone. I thought, yeah, he was the first person I actually contacted. Didn't even look at anybody else. Maybe it's because he's maybe now become one of the biggest schools in the country.
There he is. How's it going?
Yeah. That's one legged nice, that is, that's one legged too.
There you go, right, straight, just sit there. That's good though. My name's Joe Simpson. I'm a subcontractor. I work for Pete now for 4 years in marketing and web development for him. Originally, it was supposed to be a call once a month with Pete. He sort of had said that he wanted to partner up with somebody in that sort of digital space to try to advance the company. It started off to say once a month, and now it's daily. Yeah, in the last 4 years, the company has grown exponentially, and Pete's effort has grown exponentially as well. Peter's constantly trying to advance the business. The business is constantly advancing. Every single month there's a new record for viewership on social media, viewership on the website, clicks in different areas that he's expanding into, as well as new areas that he's heading. It is a constant growth process.
Some of the biggest obstacles is finding the right place to learn how to become a driving instructor, making sure that you have the right people in your corner. There's a lot of people out there who will say, because I'm a driving instructor, that I can teach you to be a driving instructor, but that's not the case. You need to go and get educated on how to teach people to become driving instructors. So that one of the biggest obstacles is definitely making sure that you have the right mentor, the right people in your corner. I've been doing this for years now, and I just had this moment of clarity of this teaching system which I can use, which I developed. I got it from all these different sources, from all these training programs I'd spent years going to. I always thought of driving instructing as a craft, and it was something that you had to mould and you had to sculpture and you had to learn. And there was this moment one day where it all came together in a moment of clarity, and I developed this teaching system which it just changed everything for me from that point on. I went out, I wanted to teach people. I tested this system out with all different types of people, all different abilities, and the system just worked and it delivered. I used to set myself goals of how many people can we pass first time with different abilities, and we hit every single goal. And very quickly it became a point where I had reached the pinnacle of teaching. I'd done as much as I possibly could in relation to how many people I could actually teach. And then the moment came where I need to help more people achieve their goals. How do we do that? And that's when NI Driving School Mentoring was born. So the concept was always about helping as many people as possible. That's the core of the driving school. Let's help as many people achieve their goals as possible. How do we do that? Well, I can only do so much, so let's bring other people in. But we were looking for a specific type of people who were focused, who had the same mindset, who wanted to constantly develop and improve. That idea of mentoring, of helping somebody through the process, really sat with me. It was something that I do. I have a mentor. I believe in the mentoring system, and I thought no one else is doing this. Let's be there for these people the whole way through this process. So we went out and we looked for a certain type of people who would want to constantly self-develop and become the best possible versions of driving instructors they could be. And that was when the NI Driving School Mentoring was born.
I'm going to be honest, the training was quite intense. We nicknamed Pete Dangerous Dave, so it did, because it was just, that was quite a hard 20 weeks of training. But with that training is the reason why I was able to achieve that grade 6. Hard 20 weeks, but it was done and dusted in 20 weeks. It didn't drag on for 6 months. It is a weight that's on your shoulders, and when you do pass it, it's just like a barbell has just been completely left off your shoulders. On the morning of the test, my nerves were so bad, but Pete was there with me before the test. I was sat for an hour before, and he was just calming me down, saying, "You can do this," giving me all that moral support that I needed, because I am test conditions, I'm quite very nervous, but he was there calming me down. Don't think of it as nerves, think of the excitement. you're excited to do this, you're not nervous to do it, you know. And it was just all those words and the encouragement and all that training, and just, you know, all the bits of knowledge he gave me just obviously shined through on that day for me.
Yeah, so obviously joining NI driving school, you become part of that community from the very outset, you know, during your training process, where you're assigned with the other trainees from within that group. You know, a WhatsApp group going, we meet up regularly. There's in-car and face-to-face and Zoom training. So you can start to build a little bit of a bond with the guys, you know, even before you see them out on the road. And you know, all the instructors that come through along with my cohort at the time, you know, I was very friendly with them all, some of which are here today. And yeah, you feel like part of the family, you know, and Peter's helped with that as well. You know, you think, yeah, car trouble is going to equal we're off the road here, but it's not necessarily the case. You know, there's always somebody willing to help there. So yeah, feel like part of the family, part of the NI driving community, and you know, we beat each other out when we're out on the roads, and it's good to put names to faces, and you know, when we meet up at test centres and stuff like that. So yeah.
Stephen came from a more corporate world, and again, when I got on the phone call, again going by that gut instinct, this was a guy who wanted to change what he was currently doing. He'd done it from university. He had just fallen into this job, into this corporate world, and you could tell he had that real sense of he wanted to move on to something different. He wanted to challenge himself. And again, when you have a phone call with Stephen, like everybody who does, you realise very quickly he's a very super intelligent guy, and he had this goal of becoming an instructor, and he was very focused on it the whole way through the process. And I just knew that phone call again, this is a guy who's tuned in, and this is a guy who's going to make an absolutely amazing instructor. And that's all from probably the first 30 seconds of a phone call with Stephen. Yeah, a really top guy, really focused on what he wants to achieve. There's so many wins, and what I try to do is try to appreciate all the wins. As people become more successful and they go through the process, there's always different goals that they have and that they want to achieve, and they tell you about them, and I love to see and hear them achieving those goals.
I love what I do. I can't, and anybody that asks me will say, and you can tell that you love what you do and who you spend your time with. And you know, we've got the joy of having different people every hour, different wee character coming into our car and having a laugh with them, and you really get to know your pupils that you're with, and I just love it. Honestly, I really love. I never look back. That's genuine. I just loved every minute of it.
Yeah, the impact since I've become a driving instructor has been phenomenal. Obviously now I have the flexibility to manage my own working hours, which is a big thing. You know, my daughter's quite an accomplished dancer, so it gives me the opportunity then to take her to the competitions, which naturally enough I would have never really had the opportunity to do. Just not having the holiday request form to drop into my line manager is a huge bonus. More recently there, I would have sat with the wife and discussed what I was going to take off over the Christmas period, and you know, it's just open your calendar and I'm off, and you know, there's no handing in that holiday request form waiting on your line manager to sign that off to say actually you can't take that. So obviously things like that that's a huge plus for me. I was able then to get my son and daughter past their driving test as well, which, you know, helped them out financially, I suppose. And it was a great experience, you know, to be able to help them do that. You know, it's learning how to drive is a big thing. And, you know, if you can teach your son and daughter how to drive and drive to a really good standard, then, you know, it can only be a bonus.
Definitely more value out of this job, you know, when you get a pupil from can't even steer the car to being a safe driver that's allowed to drive on their own is a really good reward, especially when you see them come out with a big smile on their face and cheering and hands in the air, and you know, it's a great feeling, you know, getting someone to that stage. It's a big step for people, you know, having their freedom, as you say, you know, they can now go out and buy a car go and drive around with their mates, or, you know, go and visit family that are far away, you know, stuff like that. It is a good rewarding job in that respect, you know, whereas lorry driving was just the day-to-day, you know. You didn't really get any reward out of it, you know, just a paycheck.
I've done a couple of mentorships for business and also for mindset, and every time I've done them, you know, they were good when I was doing them, but for me, I just seen this opportunity to do more and to be hands-on more and to give more time. A lot of times these mentorships, it feels like they don't really care, and that was something that I've learned over my years, that I really want to be the person that they come to first. I want to be that person that is there, it's on the end of the phone, that is so hands-on. If you phone me, you'll get a phone call back usually within about 5-10 minutes, depending if I'm doing a meeting and stuff. So yeah, being hands-on, that's the part of the business that I really want to focus on. And actually just here right now is someone phoning who's on the mentorship. But this is it, it's constant. It's people phoning there that maybe just done a lesson there, Michael maybe just done a lesson, and he's looking for a bit of feedback on a situation that maybe happened, and that's what this is all about. It's being hands-on. So every single day I'm in contact with people, trying to help them progress quicker and better for them.
If NI Driving Skills Mentorship Program isn't already the number one, it will be. He's always trying to find ways to get the message out there, whether it's him recording his own videos, getting me to put them on the website, making blog posts, Google ads campaigns, Facebook ad campaigns. He's always trying to get the message out there, trying to find new ways to explain to people how the process works, see if they have the time for it. It's a constant process, but yeah, I think there'll be very few people that won't know something about the mentoring program in a year's time.
The idea when we started doing the mentoring course was to put people in the community. When we're going through the process of training, we go from a one-to-one basis to a group basis, and we put people into big groups with all their peers. All the people on the process roughly around the same time as each other, and it's great to see the camaraderie, the team ethic. I don't even think of it really as different teams. I think of it as a family. Everybody's there to support each other. You know, the first day when you're going out, the first day and you're taking lessons for the first time, people will be put into the WhatsApp group, you know. They want to go do 3-4 lessons, and you know the crack, as they say in Belfast, the crack is 90. But it's a really good community. And one of the things that I went through was that being a driving instructor is a very lonely job. When I came up, and you didn't have anybody to chat to about it. You didn't have a community there, and that's what we have developed at the driving school. Everybody knows everybody. They will meet up. We'll meet up and we'll go for coffees. Individuals will go and meet each other, and we'll talk about the process. We'll talk about how they're getting on and any difficulties they have. And at one point during the process of the mentoring, we see that community really taking off, and we see them all helping each other and guiding each other through different processes, which is amazing to see. And that's one of the bits that sort of fulfilled me, is seeing these people who completely relied on us at the start now are going out there and doing it for themselves and helping support each other. So the community, the family aspect of NI Driving School is so important to me, and there's no other driving school there that has that network, and it's a network or an ecosystem of support around individuals. So that's what we're all about, and that's what we strive to do more and more.
NI Driving School is just it's his baby. He wants it to be the best driving and the driving school in the country. And I think from him, obviously having been an instructor himself, seeing people learn to drive, gain their freedom, and then in turn teach instructors to also learn to be instructors and to gain their kind of own financial freedom as well. I think it's just a passion. The passion is for learning, and it's for the driving school. He wants to create this culture of sort of family, and you see it in the reviews even of the driving school itself.
I'd say thank you very much for all the time and effort you've put in, and just all the knowledge that you've given me, and all the patience as well from all that 20 weeks of training that you had to go through. But yeah, and for the grade I got, I'm really thankful for that as well. You know, grade 6 is, as he put it in the first training, nobody gets it. So I'm grateful for, you know, obviously the knowledge he's passed on, I was able to get that.
Peter's been excellent and has helped in any way and will do anything he can for you.
The goal's always been the same, is to help people achieve their goal. And the way in which I visualise this happening and helping as many people as we can is by growing the school and becoming not just the biggest driving school in the country, but the best.